After much time, energy, prayer, medical interventions, and luck, we had 2 daughters, Maggie and Embry. We assumed that our family was complete, and we were grateful. Yet we couldn't firmly shut that door. We had wanted pregnancy for so long. To actively prevent it was counterintuitive. Oh, I'd say, if we had a surprise, it would be a good surprise. We did have a surprise when I became pregnant at age 41. When I miscarried, we were very sad, and I pushed for a resolution of the question of whether we would have more children. My husband Dennis balked at taking a permanent step, saying it would make us officially middle-aged. And it did seem unlikely that I would conceive again. I hadn't used birth control for 12 years and had only conceived 3 times, and now I was 42. I began telling myself I was figuring things out, when actually I was behaving irresponsibly. 3 months later, I found myself pregnant. The day I took the pregnancy test, I was alone, and I left the test in the bathroom. As I walked back in to look at it, I had a stark realization. If it was negative, I was going to be very disappointed. It was positive. When we found out that Maggie and Embry were going to have a little sister, we were thrilled. I had long loved the name Beatrice, and when Maggie was researching names, she discovered that the name Beatrice means bringer of joy. That clinched it. Beatrice Kristen was born, appropriately, the night before Thanksgiving. I've often said that God saw that 42-year-old woman who was a little surprised to be having a baby and decided to send her a really good one. Beatrice was the best baby that ever was. She slept consistently through the night at 5 weeks. She was content to sit and watch her sisters, and she cried rarely. Most of my friends had passed the baby stage, and Beatrice was regarded as a community baby, with everyone loving on her. When Beatrice was just days old, Maggie was expertly changing her diaper. When Maggie got Beatrice cleaned up, she picked Beatrice up and brought her up to her shoulder, where Beatrice clung like a little monkey. Maggie looked at me and said, "I just want to savor this moment." I knew exactly what she meant. Beatrice lived up to her name, bringing joy every day. But she lives in a family of 5 people, all with different issues. When Beatrice was only 1 year old, Maggie began a serious personal struggle that took a great deal of energy from us. Maggie's old enough to tell her own story, so I'll say no more about it here, except to say that when Beatrice was still a baby, her parents' attention was largely directed elsewhere. 6 months later, Embry was diagnosed with leukemia, and we began a journey of treatment that has included 11 hospitalizations, some of them long, and countless trips to the emergency room and the cancer clinic. I cannot adequately describe in words the oppressiveness of the stress on our family over the last 3 years. We've been hit emotionally, obviously, but also physically and financially in other ways. During this time, many people have cared for us, but especially for Beatrice. I can't count the people who have fed her, driven her, had her spend the night, and just loved her when we were absent. It has been beautiful to see what a flexible and easygoing kid this has made Beatrice. She has friends everywhere, she's fearless, she never meets a stranger. She is 4 now, and she's appropriately willful and opinionated. It's not quite as easy as it was when she was a baby. But she continues to bring joy, often in the form of hearty laughter. I recently said to her, "Beatrice, put some clothes on. You can't just be walking around naked." She replied, "I'm not walking around." But while I can see the ways that Beatrice has flourished in difficult circumstances, I also grieve for what we have not had with her. She has not known a home without extreme tension. Someone recently commented that Beatrice had to grow up really quickly. The statement wasn't intended to wound, but it hit me hard. What had we missed of Beatrice's toddler years? How will she describe her childhood? And as I head toward 50 and feel the toll of the last few years, I wonder what kind of mother Beatrice will have. My darling, what will I have left for you when you're a teenager? Will I fail you? Have I already failed you? But maybe these are the wrong questions. Maybe I shouldn't ask, have I given her enough? Maybe I should ask instead, has she had enough? After all, she has never lacked for anything. And the hands that changed her diapers, wiped her nose, strapped her in her car seat, held her, read books to her, and prepared meals for her belong to people who were loving me by loving my child. Beatrice hasn't gotten all of her mother love from her mother. She has gotten it from a vast pool of people, not all of them actually mothers or even women, who were putting that self-sacrificing servant love out in the universe for a little girl who needed it. What greater joy is there than to be needed? And Beatrice needed so much. This is not the way we envisioned our child living into her name, but it's what we got. She is indeed a bringer of joy.